G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is the Presidential Gauss Rifle, a non-legendary Gauss Rifle that is obtainable only through a raid of the dev room. I was kind enough to be given this weapon for showing off, and they've been on my case about it for actually getting it back for a few days now, so I better get off my ass and actually use it. So it's a Gauss Rifle, same animation, same everything, same sounds. It's got a suppressor, which is nice. I was told not to alter the modification, so unfortunately we're going to use the reflex sight, which will give me plenty of time to complain about it. But as you can tell, it's got this black coloring. It looks kind of nice. There's some stripes and a star. Very good. And 191 damage, but Rifleman doesn't boost this. And I guess this is just a casualty of not actually, being in the game and having the keywords to, boost the thing's damage. So we've got Glow Sight, Exterminator, and Concentrated Fire, and I'm kind of racking my brains to what else to put there. Long shot probably won't work because it's not actually a rifle, but I'll try. Maybe Tank Killer if we're lucky. I doubt it'll actually do much, but we can boost this thing's damage slightly with Bloody Mess, and that gets us to 220, and we can also do the Nerd Rage Bloody Threshold with Adrenal Reaction to boost that damage, and I'll grab just Unyielding Armor so we can get some special benefits out of being at that low health. So yeah, 220 now, but it'll be a little bit more in just a second. Okay, Pay to Win armor is on, and we're at Nerd Rage, and with all of those we get 378 damage, which honestly isn't a lot for a Gauss Rifle. Now, I want to test the Tank Killer here, so note the damage on this Gucking Fulper over here. We'll just hit him with the full charge hit. So I saw a 1498, which is actually quite good, yes. We'll see if we can do a little bit better with the Tank Killer now. Gotta remember to hit him in the torso. 1498, so completely dead weight. And honestly, what else am I gonna put there? Long shot won't work. Glow Sight will help. Exterminator will help, against some bugs. Maybe Fire in the Hole if I decide to throw grenades, but honestly, not going to. With damage like that, I feel like we'll be alright. So yeah, let's get started on shooting things. Weirdly, this thing actually has the same attachments as it does in Fallout 4, and as you can tell, the half capacitors, have less damage because there's less of those electromagnetic Gauss thingies to make the bullets go. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, but yeah, there's a long scope, but I can't put that on because, I don't know, it might break the weapon, so that's the last thing I want to happen. And of course, you've got the muzzles there, and the suppressor, looks like it's normal then. Cool. Okay, so note the 3 ranks of 3 in Rifleman right now, and note this thing's damage, 378. If we go over to the regular Gauss Rifle, yeah, even the level 35 regular Gauss Rifle seems to get over this a little bit. Yeah, and then the level 45 one just does even better than that. Since it's got a suppressor on it, I reckon we might actually be able to get the benefits of all of those perks. So there's my buffs, and here is my armor, all unyielding, like I said before. And there's a super mutant. Let's shoot at him. Now, the bad thing about Gauss Rifles is that if you've got the reflex sight, the muzzle will be pulled down slightly when you charge it up, which means what you're seeing in right now, when you charge it up, you have to kind of eye up the aim over it, which is annoying, which is why I always grab scopes on these things. It is alleviated, however, if you decide to use something like... Ooh, it's a legendary. That's nice. I didn't one-shot him despite doing 1,000 damage. Okay. Hey, that's a cool bone hammer. That is an excellent bone hammer. Thanks, Super Mutant. Alright, so I think the server's having a little bit of trouble keeping up with the damage of this thing, but I'm still sneaking. I'm still in caution. The wrestler, Winter's actually a wrestler, right? She's got a wrestling theme. It's like another wrestler dude, but it's a little bit different. It's the song by Saliva, and it goes a little bit like, I walk alone inside this pit of caution. And thank you. There's my fully sick karaoke, and I do really mean fully sick. So with adrenaline boosting the damage of this thing to 516, and we've got a little bit of a mating ritual happening with these things here. Actually, I like collecting these nuke cards now because I can use them. And let me tell you something, it's no small feat one-shotting those little fucking bastards, because they're actually kind of tough, and I just took it out with one electromagnetic cartridge. That's pretty good. You see, this thing is so weird that I don't even think Speed Demon increases the reload speed, so I want to quickly observe that, because I've got a feel for how fast the reload speed is on a regular Gauss rifle. Oh yeah, Speed Demon, not really happening with this. But as you can tell, it's basically a Gauss rifle with different colors. You'll also notice how there's no... Okay, I was about to say there's no giant blue traces, but obviously we've just observed that in third person. And now the Gauss rifle is going to suck because we're in caution and I can't aim. But yeah, since we can't punch through all of that armor and without all of the good old sneak attack multipliers attached to the weapons, well, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But when we regain our sneaky bonus, thanks to Escape Artist, we can just pull off easy headshots. So let's continue. I've messaged him. He said, hey, I want it back, but then I was working overtime, and then my bro had his birthday, went out and got a Palmer, wasn't able to make it online, and then I messaged him today saying, yeah, okay, you want it back, I can give it to you, but then he never got back to me. Wow, another super mutant who is legendary. Well, that's nice. What are you going to give me? That's good for script at least. You'd rather see a 3-star weapon, but RNG is can't be choosers, you know what I'm saying? So, where are these super mutants? It's a little bit different when you're first making the spawns because they're not in their usual position, so as compared to what I'd find into a pub server. So, you know, despite this thing being as it is, basically a Fallout 4 vanilla Gauss rifle, it's still got great hipfire, which I can't remember. Maybe I was used to using a 2-shot Gauss rifle back in Fallout 4 because I thought that was the best, and later on I figured out that instigating was slightly better in terms of damage, but yeah, I don't remember the hipfire being too great, but we don't have anything like ground pounder to boost that anyway, so despite all of this, it's actually pretty damn good. And you'll notice how much more damage I get on the lightly armored targets compared to the super mutants, and I'm getting a 3.5 times sneak attack multiplier. There we go, the suppressor perks still work. So despite the weapon not having the necessary keywords to actually do anything, that's not actually a terrible call to stagger either. Wow, another legendary. You know, when I was streaming, I had to search like 5 minutes for each legendary. That was a cheeky headshot. And now it's just giving me them. It's not really anything good. That's... You know what? That's not too bad. I'll never turn down a damaging prefix, even though if it is a lame one. And a power attack modifier. That's actually pretty good. So... one-shotting things is quite easy when you can get a massive sneak attack multiplier, as you can tell, so it should be a pretty cruisy run from this moment out. The doggo is stuck on the wall, so we'll quickly put him out of his misery. And you might as... Yeah, I don't use this thing in VATS for a good reason, because, well... It seems to, get your initial chance of hitting him when you first charge up the trigger, which can cause problems when you're up close and personal when you actually reposition. So yeah, it's not the... I think it's one of the main casualties of having a real-time VAT system, because Gauss rifles were fucking good back in Fallout 4 when you can just VATS and gun through them, because your shots would be fully charged, and compared to what it'd be like charging it up and shooting it in real time, it was so much quicker. The Gauss rifle was such a great weapon, and that was not even the super mutant I was targeting. Yeah, the Gauss rifle has fallen a little bit since its Fallout 4 iteration. Its ammo capacity isn't as good either. You could get the ammo capacity up to 20 back in Fallout 4 with the capacitor boosting coils, but it doesn't seem that effect is carried over into Fallout 76 at all. There we go. One more. Just gotta cruisily take all these guys out. And I know people are probably getting bored of seeing me doing a low health build all the time, but I've kind of got no alternative here. It's either this or have inferior damage and possibly not even get a kill on the super mutants with sneak attack criticals. It's a lot easier this way because all of the extra agility from unyielding to allows me to be a little bit more sneaky. So despite being a slow, unwieldy Gauss rifle, she's actually done pretty good. And, you know, without being boosted by all of the cool perks that would regular boost a Gauss rifle, well, she's not doing too bad at all. And yet another legendary. Mutants. Okay, well, I've had a Mutants explosive before, so I'll turn that one down, but your generosity is accepted. Let's move on. So I've actually heard a little bit of news about the harassment of Fallout First players on pub servers. Like, they'll hunt them down and harass them and nuke their bases, and that's kind of interesting. I don't know why the player bases turn on each other like that. Alright, so with these ghouls, I might be able to get away with one-shotting these guys without charging the thing up, which is very useful for a weapon that, you know, to charge up to full power takes time. So with that in mind, we might be able to quickly... actually, I can actually aim down sights now. That's helpful. But yeah, we can make sure... That's not helpful at all. Go away, robot arm. That's really annoying. I wish that you could shift those to, like, the top of the screen. Maybe like, I don't know, when combat's over, those will show up. That feels like it's worth it. Alright, so there goes old mate Hannah. There we go. There's the joke again. And we'll keep on going. We've got these guys in a state of caution again, so they'll try to figure out where we are, but we can take things nice and slow and kill them just 1-2mm electromagnetic cartridge at a time. Which I believe is the same Gauss ammunition that was in Fallout 2, which is nice because New Vegas and Fallout 3 previously had Gauss rifles running on fusion cells, which was interesting. I'm guessing that giant mag on the side was used to hold the, I don't know, fucking ball bearings and shoot out. Not really sure what that was all about, but now we're in danger and dead because, you know, Gauss rifles aren't the best. You can't really plan. I mean, I was in a shit spot anyway, but still. And now the lighting's gonna be all weird inside, so we'll get to see some fucking ghoul disco lights. They throw a real fucking party when you die. But we shall continue with the slaughter of the ghouls. Of course, it's not going to be a good crowd control weapon by any means. And when we can't use these sneak attack criticals, we have to actually charge the fucking things up to do stuff, so... Alright, back into caution. Thank you, Escape Artist. Very reliable perk when I use it. People tell me that they don't have it work. I don't really know what I can say other than probably change your playstyle. There's another one. Alright, we're done. And a subpar performance, but honestly nothing new from a Gauss rifle and that sort of thing. Okay, Swan, let's see what we can do. 2600 damage? It's not too bad, but I'm pretty sure I could have gotten better with a regular Gauss rifle given all of the perks that I'd usually have, but a 2-shot kill is a 2-shot kill. It's not like I lost any health through that, so yeah, it did alright. Let's move on. Finally, Exterminator's gonna help us out, so we might be able to go a little bit better. Also, Glowsight. We totally annihilated that one. Maybe... Is he classed as an insect? I don't think he is an insect, but we did 2k damage on him, which is alright. He's attempting to T-pose on me, but I've got an illegal dev weapon, so I think I'm going to win the T-pose war here. There we go. And then the numbers 76 show up in the damage because the game likes to... I don't even know. I see the number 76 and I cringe because Fallout 76. Alright, what am I shooting at here? There's one there. There's one there. Even in the shell, we can whack him. Kills them pretty good, I suppose. Now the queen's out. Also, peep... peep that damage from that adrenaline. 516. Not terrible. Not, you know, spectacular either. Alright, Queenie. Let's see what we can do. Well, 3 consecutive headshots and we still did less damage than Swan, so whether the extra armor penetration against crabs work... Wait, they don't count crabs as insects anymore. They did in Fallout because of that Exterminator's legendary effect, right? Maybe I'm getting my facts wrong. Okay, looks like we've drawn mole miners at the train yard smash, and yep, there's an instance of missing Go for a critical this time. There we go. And somehow managed to hit that shot. Despite missing the extra, like, 95% shots 3 times in a row. Yeah, I don't know. The Gauss rifles behave weirdly with VATs, and I don't like them. No use charging this thing up, though. I'm going to do this fight entirely in VATs just to see if I can break the game a little bit. Certainly against that first dude I did. Oh, we actually got a little bit of gun feel action there. That's always helpful. Takes me back to the Fallout 4 days where instigating Gauss rifles with suppressors and all of the cool multipliers, including Deacon's one, would just annihilate everything. I can't believe there were people who thought that... Uh-oh. Okay, stand by. Well, whilst I'm stuck, I might as well shoot that guy. Hell yeah, that worked. Hopefully I remember to edit that out, otherwise that would be very, very awkward indeed. Anyways, so we'll probably just clear out the rest of these dudes. Good perception bonus out of unyielding makes those 95% chance hits happen pretty frequently. What is the accuracy stat? Because that gives you an extra boost of VATs. It's not great. A short-barreled lever gun is more accurate than it, which is interesting. Alright, Scorch Beast time. You get that thing reloaded because it's time to fight the bats. I wonder if we've drawn any legendary ones. We had quite a lot of legendary super mutants before, so we might see. You know what I might do actually, whilst that Scorch Beast is slowly figuring out where I am? I might as well trigger a bug, question mark? I'm not really sure if the developers intended you to get an extra high multiplier, but 0.25%. What's that? That's more than you get out of overdrive, isn't it? You only get 15% out of overdrive, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, the bat is aggroed to something else, and we're immediately in danger. Okay, serendipity, don't fail me now. Don't fail me, serendipity. Okay, so the crabs are all on the Scorch Beast team now. They just got Scorchified. Scorchified? Oh god. No, not the sledgehammer. That's the only thing that can beat the Gauss rifle. We'll just have to quickly clear out these guys as fast as we can using gunfu, and we're dead. I don't know where exactly we got the damage over time from, but the Gauss rifle is too slow to be useful. Maybe Presidential Gauss rifle. You could probably just, you know, actually do more damage against the Scorch Beast before, you know, getting yourself into a situation where you've gotten yourself overrun. So let's try to get our vengeance back on old mate over here. Not helping. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly just spam things shot over because horribly inconsistent. I'm not using it right, but still. You tend to want to charge up the shots. That's better. That's what you want. Yeah, if stealth works, that's good. And I'm thinking that stealth might have been fucked because I got in and out of power armor. We've actually got a legendary Scorch Beast. Isn't that nice? Yeah, power armor seems to break a lot of perks, and the sneaking ones might not be, you know, any exception from that. Alright, let's go for some headshots, shall we? There we go. We got a nice critical with a sneak bonus on that, and we're able to one-shot that Scorch Beast. I wonder if they'll allow us to get this one spawning from here. We'll see. They should be able to. I mean, no one else has been in this server because it's mine. I own this server. That was a waste of a critical. Alright, let's charge her up. Nothing. So, oh, also if you go into VATS, it deprimes itself, which is potentially very annoying. Not the greatest. Loses sight of targets. He might have walked around the corner. Got him eventually. Anyways, I think you get the point of the Presidential Gauss rifle. It's a novelty weapon. It's something to show off to your friends like, hey, look what I've got. But in terms of performance, you're pretty much better off with a non-legendary Gauss rifle of, you know, the vanilla game can give it to you. But yeah, I'm not really sure why this weapon exists at all. It's just kind of there. Perhaps it's meant to be for some sort of enclave thing, because they're linked to the president. I don't fucking know, but yeah. If you are seeking this weapon for anything other than novelty value, you've gone wrong. Yeah, you don't have to. It's a piece of shit. Thank you for watching, guys.